Alright, the audio might cut out for a second. I'm gonna adjust your volume. I think we want to go with about -4.5 decibels. Maybe. Alright, this is Control. Game Informer's 2019 Game of the Year. And VGA's and about every other outlet's Game of the Year nominee. It got bet out by a lot of games. 2019 was a strong year for games. Apparently the PlayStation 4 controller does not work in this menu, despite, here's the interesting thing, despite there being an option in the display options, where is the interface, to have PlayStation controller button layouts. Alright, well, we're off to a great start. Let me run some emulation software. There we go. And then quick launch the game again, and hopefully now the controller works in the menu. Interesting that a game with such great menus doesn't have controller support natively. Can I skip this? I can't. We gotta watch all these intros again. No big deal. I hate, because I know I put these on YouTube, I hate knowing that, like, most people aren't gonna sit through this, right? Most people are gonna click on the video and be like, the video, he's not even playing the game, he's in the menu, what the fuck is this? This is the experience. There we go, look at that. And we even have the interface where it shows the X button. The last game I played on stream was Yakuza 0, and Yakuza 0 did not in fact have that. Yakuza 0, wait, where's the frame rate? Yakuza 0 had 360 inputs, for whatever reason. Eliminate screen sharing by synchronizing the game's frame rate to the monitor's refresh rate. My refresh rate is 144. And so the left icon is not visible. Okay. Let's go. Yes. Let's go headphones, text language English, audio English, subtitles on. I already checked to make sure that copyright music was disabled. So there might be some sections where there's just no music. I don't know how they do copyright music in this game.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped.
Hold on. Hold on. Fuck. Your audio is like really quiet. I'm gonna give you 3 decibels. And then I'm gonna go back and hopefully this works.
You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
I know nothing about this game.
Hello?
It looks like it's running
Anyone
pretty
here?
great. I'm playing in DX11 mode, if that's important. Notice, this area is under 24-hour surveillance. It looks like it's running fine. Maybe a little bit jumpy. Let me adjust the graphics slightly. Oh, what did I change there? Nothing. Display. I don't even know what to change down. Maybe volumetric lighting. I don't want to turn off SSAO. Do I want to lower reflections? Let's go lighting and reflections down a little bit. Kinda skipped there like it was loading in the new settings. But yeah, I don't really know anything about this game other than that it's slightly related to the SCP Foundation stuff. Yeah, it seems like it's running a little bit slow. I don't know. I was told a couple of things. Number one, I was told to not push the main story and to explore as much as possible, because exploring gives you like different weapons and abilities that are used throughout the game, and it makes more sense to get those and have fun like using them than to just play the default game. I think it also talked about how crafting materials were easier to get if you do other stuff and not just the main thing. A lot of physics objects here for no reason. Also, why is there not a computer at the desk, and why is there an old school phone? I thought this game was set in like 2020. Alright, let's do the stuff. Wait, we can jump already? This is what happened when she went to her first day at the office. She jumped on all the tables. Alright, cool. Sign the guest book, I guess. Prohibited items reminder. I've been told to read all those things as well. Building in lockdown. Internal lockdown in effect. Federal Bureau of Control is written on the orange things. Confidential. Can't open those. Did we get a collectible? Federal Bureau of Control. Reminder, certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2, pencil. Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, e.g. rubber ducks and ketchup bottles. Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept. It says representation, so you're allowed actual sauce bottles, right? Right? All materials under Bureau investigation to be brought in for the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify the supervisor immediately. Oh, you can make it bigger. Cool. I'm guessing that that explains why there's no computer on the desk and why there's an old school fan. Like, that is a fucking 1950s fan. What the fuck is that? It's got like a 1/4 horsepower motor on it. Alright, let's play the game. Game looks really good. I hope it's streaming well. I hope it's not like laggy on stream. It should be at least 60 FPS.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Bureau expenditures. These are those message tubes that you put messages in, right? Expenditure summary, executive sector quarter 2, major staffing surveillance, data center initiative, construction free things that have been obfuscated, minor office equipment, janitorial costs, mold removal, HQ livability costs. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5. For 5-year comparison chart, see 6. I guess we don't have those. Alright, cool. Let's have a look at the people that work here. We got Brandon B. Dingus. Head of Research, Dr. Casper Darling. Concept art. Our bureau at work, and it's a janitor with his back turned. Great. Zachariah Trench, director. Cool, cool. Got a defibrillator. A toilet. You see the way that door opened was actually pretty spooky. I know it's just meant to be the character opening it, but the way it opened kinda on its own was weird. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing in here. When does the game start?
Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Huh? I'm so confused on the story. Why are we here? Remember to wash your hands. There's a book club. Acoustic guitar for sale. Reminder to all staff. Food left in the refrigerator in containment break room 3B has been known to vanish. Plan accordingly. Office rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volume. No personal calls. No food or drinks are in the bureau documents or in the copy room. No using the photocopier for personal projects, and then it says something. Or the 3D printer or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential projects out loud. The ones to finish the coffee pot, make a new one. That's very, you know, standard rules. Is this our photocopier? Oh my god. I'm gonna walk on the wet floor. Can I run? Yeah, you can run. I run like I'm fucking being chased. Why does she run like that? She runs like she's being chased. Oh no, she's running from something, not towards something. Oh, I was told to watch all the TVs. But this TV doesn't seem to be switched on. The 3 things I was told is explore the game, read all the documents, and watch all the TVs because there's episodes of some shows on it that are really cool. That's about it. Alright, correspondence. A shark in his... Although... Permission to following basic protocol, shoot to kill, good luck. This is very SCP Foundation, right? Talked about this yesterday when I was talking about playing this game. I can hear somebody like moaning. Huh? Why are the on-screen controls changed into a F and like... What? The controls changed and then they've changed back. Now it's into like X for zoom and whatever, I don't know. Federal Bureau of Control. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under section 75.2 of the employee manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on first day. Why do I amuse myself like this? In their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly, the admin team. That was worth reading for the deep lore. It wasn't really worth reading. Is he speaking Spanish? Is he Mr. Salvador? Does this room not have a door? Like, I'm not making this up. Does this room, like, literally not have a doorway? I think this room doesn't have a door.
Hello?
Is he taking a piss?
Hey, excuse me.
Jump scare?
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Are we really here
Very
for a
good.
janitor's
I'm a
assistant job?
Janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, they you're helvet.
Helvete!
Work for
Is
the
he
axe.
Swedish?
Take them behind the sauna,
Jumlauta?
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Isn't this exactly where I just came in? Hold, what? What? I came in through there, and I walked up and around. Oh. I'm high. Never mind. Why is the floor fucking wet everywhere? What's going on? Huh? Did I get turned around or did I not get turned around? I feel like I got turned around. Is this a mind game? What the fuck is going on? I didn't see this. Protein bars. Did I get turned around? I genuinely, like, I walked through here so slow that I'm confused on, like, whether or not I did get turned around or not. I'm so confused. Alright, whatever. Let's just go. Interview, right? Is he be mopping the carpet? I'm taking all his stuff.
The cell and the poster.
I'm taking his
I was
janitor's
11
cart with
years
me.
old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it.
Did you
I've
see
been
a
trying
spooky
to pull
ghost?
it down ever since. Will you help?
Excuse me. I think this is like very similar to something like The Evil Within. Maybe closer to, like, in The Evil Within 2, there's a team that you meet up with that are sent to, like, knock some of the supernatural stuff on the head. Story by Sam Lake? Really? Really? Wait, actually story by Sam Lake? As in, he wrote this story and then appeared in the game that won 2019 Game of the
Did I lose
Year?
you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
To explain that better, Sam Lake wrote the story for this game and he appeared as a character in the 2019 game Death Stranding, which beat this game for the VGA's Game of the Year. So not only was he involved in 2 nominated games, but he took part in the game that led to him not getting Game of the Year for this, if you think about it like that. What is making the noise? Coffee machine? I feel like the camera is awfully close to her back. Like I can't see her feet. Does that make sense? Alright, let's read this collectible. While penning any notifications of death related to the Willow All project. This is DLC, right? The AWE is the DLC, but I don't have it. Please adhere to the following guidelines in the service of his or her country. Words or phrases to use: proud, pride, will be remembered, regret. Words, phrases to avoid: Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. Okay. Missions. Welcome to the oldest house. Jesse Fadden arrives at the oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, to look for answers to the mysteries of her childhood. Jesse Fadden. It does feel like these pictures are looking at you, right? Because there's so many of them. Office rules of conduct. These are cool. Is that a stapler or an altered item? Please don't take office equipment outside of the building. Don't read confidential correspondence. It's not just rude, it's illegal. I mean, I guess I'm breaking the law every time I read these menu things. Altered item? This is very SCP. I don't know what else to say other than that, right? Because SCP is like one of these things that interests me, but then at a certain point, you've read enough of it, and I think you grow bored of it. You know? So hopefully the game doesn't rely too much on like, oh, this is a room we don't go in because the floor's eating people. Huh? Non-eat. You know, like a lot of SCP stuff is half written, right? And the mystery and the scariness comes from the unwritten part. Like, oh, there's a plant and it grows when people fart on it, or you know what I mean. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day, for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. French. It must like be hitting the keyboard in some way that it's making the on-screen instructions turn into like computer inputs.
Really?
Why is she saying you want me?
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Why is she saying you want me to pick up the murder weapon? Am I meant to be controlling her? She's saying I lost you for a bit, and like there's this glimmer on the screen as if we're looking at her through a lens. So weird.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
So, when it says, like, when it said sword, gun, intentionally left blank, is the Bureau run by, like, a supernatural entity that chooses who is, Why are my on-screen commands in The commands in this menu are in the controller's inputs, but the commands in the actual game are in fucking mouse and keyboard. There we go, X for jump, that's what I want. Like, I know X is jump, but if it tells me to do an instruction later and I don't know, it'll be really annoying, right? Anyway, back to what I was saying. If it's run by, like, a supernatural entity, and then, like, the service weapon is different depending which time period we're in, so now it's a gun. What am I doing here?
The same gun.
Oh, hello. Control the gun / house. It looks like a gun from, like...
Okay, now I have a gun.
From the... what was it called? The Bureau XCOM game? Or maybe from... what's that movie called? Looper. Remember Looper? Looper was a good movie. Not a lot of people liked Looper. I did. Graphics look fucking sick. I really hope it's, like, not lagging on stream. It doesn't look like it is. I don't have any dropped frames. It looks like it's great in the preview window, so... Is this a test to see if we're gonna be a good leader? Gotta kill the old mudman. Oh my god. Oh, you can shoot like way quicker than I'm shooting. Okay.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here.
That's a different perspective for a
Things have quieted
protagonist,
down outside.
right?
Is it safe to go?
A much different perspective for a protagonist. This looks like the rock that we were climbing on. How did he get a piece out of the weird mind palace-y thing? Is he really dead? Yeah. Is that a picture of Willem Dafoe holding a baby? Alright, well, it looks like we can't take anything from his office. Ah. We have a map. So what I was told is explore as much as possible and avoid the main story. However, I think we want to do the main story for a bit, right? Yeah. Are those guys dead?
You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't let this
Oh! Is the face based on an actress? Like it's a character scan?
Let this happen! You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you.
Me?
That was... horror. Get the fuck away!
Ah! He teleported through the wall? I didn't know they could do that. He teleported through the wall. He like... Jump. I've got a feeling like we're gonna have to come back here at some point. Like, there's no point in trying to explore now when we're gonna need to come back later anyway. Ooh.
Secure line of communication. Guidance.
The hotline. That's the dead man. Okay.
This is very Evil Within 2 compared to 1. 1 is a lot more similar to like Resident Evil 4. Evil Within 2 is a lot more similar to this. Is this the way we're meant to go? It is.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything
Is that
in
a
this
lady?
place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Executive / central executive is where I'm meant to be going, and that's here. I'm not gonna read this stuff yet, but I will read it. Like, I've made a promise to myself to read everything that's in this game that I find. I think there's a radio that you can put on and off. So you don't need to be looking at the gun to restore ammo. Ranger second class Polanski, what the fuck? This guy's fucking kicking my ass. Because enemies drop health as like little things on the ground, it makes more sense to go towards enemies than away.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Why would he kill himself rather than doing this on his own? Like, why did he not do this?
Control point.
Why didn't Trench do this?
Help me fix it.
Ah, and it pushes the walls back so you can use the stairs again. It makes the room normal. Pretty cool.
Holy shit. You did it.
Very cool, actually.
We did it.
Ah, it becomes a fast travel point and you get outfits? Okay. Pope?
With the Bureau. Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Oh yeah, shelter. The hell are they
Director.
wearing?
Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow, this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily...
Harmonic
you.
resonance something?
You are
HRA?
the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me.
Maybe he killed himself
Saying
because the hiss
things?
got into him. Makes sense, right? Or
It's hard
he
to make
didn't
out,
see
but
it as
he
a
told me to
situation he
cleanse the
could
control
stop.
point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course.
Let's go press
We can try
square.
it together. Okay.
I feel
You with
like
me?
I feel
We did
like
it before.
this is maybe a little
Push
bit
the
rude,
hiss out.
right? Oh, I can't
Out.
photo mode here. I feel like Pope is very uncanny valley. I know she's a face scan of a real person, but there's something really uncanny. When she was talking, it was her teeth. Like her mouth was fucking creepy. Oh, we can't go back in? Can we go back in? Emergency supplies storage. A room, a little table. A little note on control point. Shelter service hatch. This is like all really thought out, right? Alright, let's try and cure this fucker. Oh.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
Why does Jessie talk
I'm
like
gonna
she
tell him I'm
knows
here.
way more than she knows? Like, she's totally
I'll ask
okay
him.
with this weird shit going on.
Listen,
So is Pope.
the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole
She's
thing.
from a town called Ordinary.
I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time.
Why do they all have such long eyelashes
And
too?
very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you.
Okay,
My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing.
so find Casper.
I think he knew
Get
this
some
was
information.
coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Then why would he kill himself?
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
Why would he not want to wear
They call
it?
me
What?
the director,
This game's so weird.
but that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world.
Oh, there's the telephone.
What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now.
There's a lot of like American
Follow the signs to
flags
the
and
mailroom.
shit.
You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Once I have
Thanks,
it.
Emily.
So I'm not going there to use it. I'm going there to take it back. Alright. Let me really quickly go into photo mode and see if I can work out why this girl looks so weird. She doesn't look as weird now, but look at the length of their eyelashes. They're like super long. People's lower eyelashes are generally a lot shorter than their upper eyelashes. I think that's something that's making them look a little bit uncanny. Yeah, the eyelashes are very like over the top. But the teeth when she was talking was the other one. Alright. Let's read some notes. Hiss agent. Failed research on Hiss entity, Hiss corrupted agent. I like how this all has Hiss written on it, even though this is like the first time we literally just called them Hiss people, and then they started, oh yeah, Hiss people, that works. Right? Isn't that odd? That the world changed because of what she said? Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was like somebody else came up with the exact same name, or maybe it's just because it's a video game. Anyway, I'm rambling. The Hiss manifest in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from the unaffected is the fact they levitate. These Hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior, they only seem to interest in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. So, they just say it forever. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, or are they cocoons preparing to enter the next stage of evolution? When attacked, Hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. Refer to corrupted file for a full report. Hiss guards. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use the standard issue bullpup rifle they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guard carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shield of defense of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? No data is needed. More data is needed. Fucking hell, I'm so bad at reading. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have that level of cognizance? I think it does, right? Because the first boss there was like a private in the army or some shit. I can't even remember what it said. Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat. These are questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge of the use of their weapon. Director Trent. So much is expected from the director, the responsibility, the privilege. Zachariah Trench. So, these are real people that were face scanned and put into the game. The only person you should fail is yourself. Control points. Our locations in the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the blanked out arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by blank detection of an unobstructed ping using the blank within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or blank, or control points, calling them nerve junctures or blank, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that the control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology should be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to blank. Why does 7/25/2788 kind of look like a date? You know? Like 25th of July, 2788. I'm just reading back through that other part. Within a 37-foot radius? I don't understand. Okay, whatever. Urban legends. Examination of paranatural topics, urban legends. Summary. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain blank informed by our own blank and popularized by our media. We recognize certain monsters informed by our consciousness and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially created in popular culture using media. Our Bureau made anthology television program. Oh, wait, what? Have additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially, is it maybe created? So the Bureau puts out a television program saying like, oh, it's the Spanish people muncher, and then like if an altered world event happens, then the Spanish people muncher becomes a thing. Also, I'm stealing that. Spanish people muncher is now a thing. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on, I think that's Halloween. A pair of scissors that consume human souls through 2 punctures on the neck. Is that what it is? These details living in the minds of so many have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children. They are paranatural realities waiting to happen. That is probably a direct reference to, like, Alan Wake, right? Because in Alan Wake, whatever he writes becomes a thing. Yes? Service weapon OOP1KE. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows paranaturals to something. This object must be bound by individuals seeking the role of director. The object will determine whether blank. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. The process is dictated by Russian roulette, though the criteria is unknown. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is used as the director's office. Popular hypothesis, many forms through history. Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra, all weapons that something use the power of their wielder? I don't know. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, this may be the original manifestation of them. If this is the case, blank. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of the effort to strengthen the government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. What's their symbol? A key and a sword? And the big triangle in the middle? The upside down triangle? Like the thing that we saw? What are they calling it? The pyramid? If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York or just visiting? How'd you find this place? Oh no. I feel like this is kind of similar as well to the movie The Adjustment Bureau. I don't think anybody even saw that movie but me. It was like a really bad version of, what's it called? Inception. If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they need to leave. If their answers seem blank, escort them to a private room. Threatening, maybe? There, perform Gunner's psychology assessment. If their responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet. Then blank immediately. Murder immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. Hey, we got a YouTube video.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you...
Alright, we've seen
it.
this.
Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Cool. Let's ask the waifu some questions.
The hotline should be in the communications
When
department.
I hear the hotline bling, that can only mean one thing.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
They talk in such a weird way. It's like Jessie is just like, or Jess, I don't know, I'm gonna say Jessie. It's like she's unfazed. Like, a Martian could walk in and be like, "Hello, I'm Jeff from accounting." And she'll be like, "Oh, that's great. I knew he was an alien, but it was too early to ask questions," in her monologue.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it.
I think it makes sense.
Thanks.
Right? Because objects of power are like objects that are kind of historically objects of power, right? Like they're able to like shift and change, right? Whereas the other thing she said is an object that's like, I don't know, maybe the car in what's the film called? What's the Stephen King movie with the car? Shit, I forgot. Whatever.
So
That
HRA
movie.
stop you from becoming Hiss.
Wait, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one, it seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
I thought she worked directly for Dr. Darling, so
Thanks, Emily.
wouldn't she
I'm sure
be
I'll have more
like
questions
friends
soon.
with him?
Just let me know.
I don't know. Can I knock down this flag? Of course not. Alright, video game time. We're playing the game. We're meant to be going there. North? I don't know what I want to do. Whoa! How did you say the exact same thing that I said when she started talking? I said that she looks uncanny when she talks. I said it's her big teeth and her like... It's the... You know at the corners of people's mouth? They have a black triangle where their teeth begin to recess into their head hole, like into their mouth, right? So if somebody's smile is big and wide, imagine like a smile shape, the edges of their smile is like two black triangles. Her black triangles are too big, I think, and it makes her look weird. Did I just pick that up? Can I pick this up? Is it health? But also, what up, Grummeldunk? Welcome to the Strum. Personal mods, health recovery, Health recovery per pickup. Can we put on more? Not now, okay. Weapon mods, don't have any. Gun, yes. Unidentified executive, wait, what? Conceptual material. You do not have clearance level. Kill her when you get the chance? Sure. I think I want to go upstairs. I want to explore. I don't want to do the mission. So, I'm assuming that you've played this game or seen somebody else play it. Executive Affairs and Director's Office. I think I want to go to Executive Affairs. That's this way, right? Yeah. Do we have clearance levels yet? Okay, we don't have level 1 clearance level. And the bodies are the ones that are making the noise because they like to repeat stuff. Yeah. Why am I singing? I think I'm singing because I'm like partially scared. Am I scared of this game? Is that real? Dinner reservations at 7 p.m. at Chez Ombre. Wife will meet you there, don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at the lobby reception. She is turning 46. Seen bits. May have gotten it when it was free on Epic, not sure. Yeah. I own it on like 3 different platforms and I haven't paid for it once. Not making that up. Because it was given away so many times. By the way, is it laggy on stream or does it look like it's 60 FPS? I checked and it looked fine to me, but I'm not 100% sure. That's me!
Unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps.
That's me!
1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Maybe I should do the main story right now. All I was told is near the midpoint of the game, you should have explored everything up to that point, you know? Don't fuck around. You don't know it's 30 versus 60? It's more if it was like laggy. See, all the options in this game are great, right? But the VSync options are weird. The VSync options are on and off. Like, why would you only have on and off when you have all those other things? Like, all those other little things, like disable copyright music, subtitle background percentage, ray tracing, DirectX 12, DirectX 11, like all that shit. And then such a weird... Oh, that's downstairs. It's downstairs, right? Yeah. I think we're going this way, and then instead of taking the elevator, I think we're going downstairs. And that's clearance level 4. This is probably a central hub that we're gonna return to at some point. And then, as our clearance level goes up, we'll get more items. I'm pretty sure the building shifted when I came in. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure the building shifted and changed shape when I came in. But the map doesn't look like it shifts and changes. Is that me? That's me. Where am I going? I think I'm going up here and left. Right? Is this a secret door? I think this is a secret door. But I can't get in. Oh, there's Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe. Not to like bring up politics and like you know, get derailed into politics talk, but for real, Joe Biden is fucking worrying. He is worryingly like old and just out of it. Did I do that with my hand? Like, he is super fucking out of it lately. He was on 60 Minutes and holy shit. Terrible. Alright, rising cost of AWE response. Update on mold eradication. Fucking hell, I was gonna say eradiction. I'm like, what the hell? Upcoming annual salary review. New supplier of coffee filters to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. Okay. I was told to look up every single piece of like extra little thing that we get in the game. What is that? Is that the plant from that point and click game? The LucasArts one? Maybe. I don't know. Why are there post-it notes all over the place here? Oh, he's worse than you'd ever imagine. He's definitely the worst cognitive, like, world leader. Like, his cognitive ability is just fucking gone, dude. Nixon? In the middle, that's Nixon, right? I don't know what the radios do. You can turn them on and off. Alright, maybe I should play the game. Picking up more stuff. Shifted bathroom complaint. Another thing here. House memory material. Oh, there's like a thing through the floor. That's maybe telling me where to go. The oldest. Wait, I always read the body instead of the like title. I need to read the title. Examination of paranatural topics. Technological limitations of the oldest house. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on the Bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the ability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any 5G signals. Is eradicated. I don't know what it says. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective consciousness is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural zeitgeist for the oldest house to fuck with them. I'm just putting in words where I think they go. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the AWE probably to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Listen, I know you can't control the building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. D. Rodriguez. His shitter went missing.
Reminder, if you experience...
Dude, imagine your workplace shitter just up and leaving. Nothing in here? Personal mod, energy boost. Cool. So here's my issue with this map. I don't know how elevation is displayed on this map. Is black or the darker parts the unexplored areas, or is that the lower floors? How do I get to where I'm meant to go? Enter the communications department to find the hotline. To which I would say, how? Oh, you can just use the signs. Communications department, dead letters, cafeteria, and nostalgia department. So I'm in the white section on the right of the map called the executive sector. No. The hotline chamber and the mail room are also in the executive chamber, which means that this whole map is the executive chamber sector. So the game's pretty big, right? This is my fast travel thing, possibly for this entire sector. I was under the impression that these other rooms were gonna have their own fast travel things. Okay. Sounds good, man. The game kind of feels a bit like The Surge or Dead Rising. The way that you're allowed to go anywhere, but you're only allowed to go places in this building. You alive? Shit. How do I crouch? She automatically crouches? How do I crouch? What the fuck is that? The game didn't tell me to do that. Okay. Apparently I can do this. I saw this in the trailer, but I thought it was like a skill that you get later in the game. Do we want to do this sector, or do we want to go for another door first? Not to derail on politics again, but I'm gonna do it. You know how our Prime Minister is Liz Truss right now? Liz Truss has been in power for over a week. Liz Truss has been in power for over a week, right? I have no idea whether she's good or bad, because of the Queen's funeral, all the news coverage, and I'm not exaggerating, all of it was the Queen's funeral. Every day, 8 o'clock in the morning until midnight, Queen's funeral on channel 1, 2, everything. Amazon's Alexa News. Every single time you ask Alexa what the news is, or do Sky News or BBC News on Alexa app, Queen's funeral. Politics was completely silent. I have no idea whether she's good or bad, because we can't, like, get the info. Everybody's too distracted. How do you crouch? She just seems to crouch on her own. She seems to crouch on her own, and if you move when you're behind stuff, it's like she waits to do it. Let me check and see if there's an option for this. Controls. Levitate or jump. Hold X. Aim multi-launch. Melee. Use or seize or switch weapon. Shield. L1. Launch R1. Toggle crouch R3. Ah. Yep, Charles has trouble with pens, true. Very, very, very true. Somebody gave him a pen at a what's it called, like a shaking hands thing. They gave him a pen and said just in case, and he looked like he didn't understand. Like a member of the public reached across the barricade and went, "Here's a pen just in case." Oh god, it's funnier the longer I thought about it there. It got funnier. This is the ladies' bathroom? Man's bathroom. Can I shut these bodies up? Lunch. Oh yeah, why am I doing this? We can go into photo mode to read the lunch menu. Lunch menu. Monday, cheese and vegetable stew, organic pasta. What is the QLM veg? Is that like, or GLM veg? Thursday, pancakes, vegetable, fruits. Is that like allergy information? Do people do that on menus? Hey, it said we weren't allowed sauce bottles in here. No. Alright, what the fuck am I doing? Cafeteria, we're going this way. We're trying to go through this door. Dead letters. Singing fish. I wasn't gonna read collectibles for a while and I was gonna try and play the game, but singing fish. Unstable area notice. Please be aware, due to the recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, the area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart. Green stable, yellow low possibility of unanticipated building shifts, orange high likelihood of unanticipated building shifts, and red frequent unanticipated building shifts. Singing fish. Mr. Governor, I called the police but they never came to my house. I got a problem and you got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls, and it's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. Says lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house because of the fish and got to come and... You got to come and handle it. My wife is real upset. Upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Not fucking lying. There was a couple on YouTube who bought a Christmas decoration. I believe it was a Santa, and it was running out of batteries. Was that Santa? They had a thing, like an animatronic, right? Like a, teddy bear size animatronic. And it was running out of batteries, and it started sounding like it was chanting. But here's the interesting thing. Even though it was running out of batteries, and you could hear the voice was like slow and like... The body would start doing these like jittery motions. Like it really was odd looking, right? But they thought it was fucking possessed by the devil. I'll try and find it. Not right now, but later. I'll try and find it. It was a really popular video. I got sent it by a lot of people when it happened. What the fuck? Did somebody make this desk using that IKEA hack where you buy a kitchen counter and 2 wardrobes? Alright, where are you bitches? As soon as this gun's charged, I'm gonna blast. Let's go, bitches! Oh! Eat my dick. Any more of you perverts? Oh! Oh my god! I'm bad at the game, okay? Keep moving to avoid enemy fire and sustain less damage. No. I'm all the way back here. No.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
I guess I keep all my pickups though, right? I don't need to go pick up all those files again. Weapon mod, shatter recoil efficiency. I've got exclusive to shatter, okay. Damage against enemies' armor plus 45%. What the fuck? These are good. What a good mod to get at the beginning of the game. Damage to enemies' armor plus 45%. So can you fast travel using this? You can. Very cool.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
A cup? A whole cup? Very cool. Maybe one day you'll launch a website. You get it? Because it's a different way of launching. Anyway.
We're on the right track.
Let me explore dead letters a bit more. I'm sure there's something here that I'm missing, right? I wonder why it didn't let me just watch that video normally. Oh. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this guy doing? What the fuck was that? What blew up next to me? Was there like an explosive canister that I meleeed? What was that? It was like I used my melee in the wrong place. Something blew up on the right side of me. I thought somebody had a grenade launcher. I really thought somebody had a grenade. Wasn't the cafeteria cleared out anyway? Central Executive. Where the fuck? Where's the cafeteria? Time to hit journalist difficulty. Oh no. Oh, it's those things. They go orange when you hover your see? Yeah, the blast radius is fucking huge as well. He took damage from miles away. The music stopped, that means the combat stopped, right? God. What the fuck is this? Mold? It's like mold. It's doing damage to me when I go in. What was that up here? Did you see something up here? See? What's that? Can I knock it down? Or like get up to it? Hey! I got stuff that I don't even know what it is yet. Because I don't have enough clearance level. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Alright, journalist mode. Journalist mode! I wasn't looking! I thought this is where I meant to go to get back to where I was. Oh my god. I'm taking off my fucking hoodie. I'm heated. I'm stressed. What the fuck, dude? Does this game just want to kill me at every opportunity?
Are on the right
I don't
track.
want to go that way. I want to go back to the cafeteria. I was told to explore in this game. Do I have to fight again in here? You guys alive again? No? Okay, look. Look. The shelter wants to kill me. This part of the building up here on the left wants to kill me. Oh. Hold on. I think this is the door I came through. Yeah, it wasn't that other door, it was this one. And we don't have clearance. I came all the way back here to go through that door and we don't have clearance. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't explore yet. Maybe I should go back to doing what I said and just do the main story. Cool, cool. It was worth exploring just to get those extra little pickups anyway. We got a couple of things that were worth it, right? Dead letters is this way. Turn around up here. We used the checkpoint, and then the game pointed us in this direction to the communications department, and then this is where we're supposed to be. Another shitter. Very well stocked shitters in this game. Definitely pre-pandemic. More acoustic guitars for sale. Internet usage rules. We should read them. Internet usage rules sounds like it's going to be a right proper meme. Internet is not for social media use. No FBC materials of any kind may be scanned or uploaded. FBC email addresses are for work-related correspondence only. Level 5 clearance required to access internet. If a cubicle's black rock shell gets damaged, vacate it immediately and alert Mr. Thomas. A cubicle's black rock shell? If you notice any text in your work that you do not recall writing, vacate your cubicle immediately and alert Mr. Tomasi. Do not connect internal comm devices to the network. Printers for communications department use only. Altered items are forbidden in the cubicles. Notify security of any breaches immediately. They may require internal lockdown. Okay, I'm confused by one thing. If this building is meant to be a building to research all the paranormal shit, right? And maintain all the paranormal shit, does that mean that whatever's in charge of the building, whatever like the black cubes are, or the black pyramids, is a good guy? Because it wants to contain all this stuff? And it wants to help humans contain... That was funny. Like, it wants to help humans contain all this stuff, right?
An object of power. Looks like the kids have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Like, I'm wondering what the building itself is. It's not something man-made, right? Like, that much is clear. More undefined reading stuff. Because we don't know what it is. Oh, I don't have Sector 1 clearance. Don't hit me. It's a cardboard box. The object of power is a cardboard box. No, it's the floppy disk. Ah.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director.
Oh.
I'm no one's director.
I'm in the spooky mind prison. Hold objects and release to throw. Cool. Imagine this if I had ray tracing. Dude, did you see the fucking comparison? Hold on, we need to talk about this. Grummeldunk, you know technology. Did you see the comparison between the 3090 and the 4080 or whatever it is, like the newest one, for Cyberpunk? 4 to 5 times the frame rate in Cyberpunk on the 4 series GPUs. 4 to 5 times the frame rate. That's fucking insane. All for the price of a used car. I like this part of the game. This part of the game is pretty cool. Yeah, it's with their optimized thing. There's a RTX optimized thing in Cyberpunk. Other games are only getting about double frame rate. I've seen 60% to double in other games, but in Cyberpunk specifically, it was like way higher than it should have been. Which, yeah, it's fishy, right? It doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean it doesn't work and doesn't look good. But it means that it's not going to be that performance across the board. Yeah, they're doing two. They're doing one with lower memory and stuff, right? Something like that. A friend of mine is buying a 30 series, a 3060 Ti. And I think the price drop on that is so low that they're getting it for like a third of the price it was 2 years ago, a year ago.
I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
So, the Bureau were able to use that floppy disk to levitate small objects, but because I'm me, and because I have the spooky powers, I can use it to levitate fucking big things. I think that's how this works. Oh, look at that shadow, that was cool! I know that was just a basic cast shadow, it wasn't no RTX nonsense, but that was pretty dank. I liked it. Where is this fucker? There's one fucker here somewhere. There he is. What happens if I lift an explosive? Oof. The blast radius from the explosives is so big. I think this game, like, I'm on the borderline for being able to basically stream this game because my GPU is so weak. This game's one of the hardest games that my PC's had to run. I'm using 16% of my CPU just to stream it, which is like higher than normal. I'm pretty sure that like a small bump, having like a 3080 or a 1080 instead of the 1070 would make this game run 1,000,000 times better. There's no way I could run this at 144 FPS or anything. I think I'm running this right now at like 70 or maybe less. It does feel like it drops. Man, I need to upgrade.
Can be reached through the mail.
I'm probably going to talk about upgrading for like 2 years before I do it. Hello? Can you let me in? Okay. Yeah. I'm always scared of upgrading. I always feel like I'm going to make a mistake with upgrading. And I'm going to end up like fucking myself. Like if I upgrade my GPU and somehow my power supply dies as soon as I upgrade, and I don't know. I always worry. There's nothing worse than buyer's remorse or hindsight, right? I got really lucky with a 5600X upgrade path. What is it that these zombies are even saying, by the way? Oh, you can kill them! It said something like, you're taking your boss, or your boss something something. Hello? Clearance level 1! That guy's not going to be in the next game. The 4090 Ti is literally the same size of 4 2070 ITX cards. Man, the concern now is that the stupid amount of power draw on modern top cards. Yeah. Yeah, like for real. The power draw of the AMDs, they try and like match the power draw of the Nvidias when they're showing their performance, and I think right now AMD is actually better power to performance. I think it was the the 5600X compared to a 30 something Ti. The AMD actually gets more like performance per TDP. Because it was the 5600 I was looking at recently. What's in this bunker? Nothing? Nothing. Oh wait, shit. There's a thing there. Book Club Samson. I should go back into the other room as well, into the Dead Letters room. There was another Sector 1 clearance. This way I don't need to come back at any point. Nice. I got a new weapon mod. Damage boost plus 18. And health boost plus 17. Oh yeah, AMD will probably start having like stupid high TDPs just the same. If it's how the market's going and it's the only way you can get the extra power, of course. Look at Intel, right? For CPUs. Intel's TDPs are insanely high. The only way they can get that performance. I'm lost. We went into pneumatics, right? We beat the pneumatics thing, and then it tried to push us out here, and then we went to the mail room. Are we meant to go through this way and then follow this sign? Mail room, everything's this way. Mail room. We got this card, and then I backtracked, and the mail room is to the right. And there's clearance level 1. But we've got another fast travel point. What does this say? Don't let mold hit your ride. Perform daily body checks for foreign plant matter. Okay. Emergency light. You think so? You think modern GPUs are like just basically clocked way higher than they should be, giving them like way more power? I would agree though that like a small change in voltage for a small change in performance does result in a lot higher power draw, right? For like a tiny boost in performance. We know that from overclocking GPUs. Like anybody who's overclocked a GPU ever knows that like a 5% power draw absolutely obliterating your thermals for a tiny little boost. I have no idea what these radios are for. You can turn them on and off, and they work even after you've shot them. Somebody tried to... Oh! They made themselves a little privacy screen using these things so they could take a shit. The game magazine? Game about secret agents, exclusive, staying alive. Okay. Those upgrade materials I have, it says conceptual material, it says house memory, hidden trend, undefined reading, and then there's my badge. I wonder if like we eventually get to know what those actually are, because I have no idea. Damage boost, low health boost, damage while on low health plus 45%, and I can deconstruct these for extra resources. Yeah, there will be a point where the majority of people are then waiting for the new stuff to come out so that they can get the cheaper stuff, right? That'll happen. And then it'll affect their sales. Like, they'll find that they'll come out with a new GPU and they don't get as many sales as they think they would get. And it's because people would rather wait and like buy the last gen when people upgrade. Or wait until things break. Remember when people used to wait until things broke before upgrading? Alright, I'm taking damage in this room, right? Yeah. Is he singing in Norwegian or Swedish or something? Or is that Russian? Oh, that's why you said Microsoft and Sony. Yeah. I get it. I get what you mean. Consoles have always been this thing where... Or were this thing where, like, if you don't want to buy a PC and you only need it for gaming, you buy a console. Sounds Russian to me too, but there's a Swedish link to this game. There's a real Swedish link to this game with one of the characters said Helvete at the beginning of the game. Like Jävla Helvete. Like PewDiePie, the guy that makes fun of deaf people. Did he die? Did you like that reference? PewDiePie making fun of deaf people? I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, what the fuck is going on here? How is this a communications department? PewDiePie had a video where a black woman with long fingernails, like artificial fingernails, was doing sign language and telling a story, and he paused it and he was like, he wasn't even interested in listening to it, and then he got his dog and started like making his dog do sign language while doing like a silly voice. And people took it as him making fun of deaf people. And I think he actually was. I think he was making fun of that specific person. But he shouldn't have been doing it anyway. I feel like he actually should have been cancelled a little bit for that one. Like, it's not actually going to cancel him, but you know what I mean. Anyway. According to the map, this leads through to Dead Letters. But this door is sealed. And I don't think I really got anything for beating this. Half a Twitch should be cancelled right now? Yes. Covering up sexual assault. Defrauding your fans of $300,000+. Promoting gambling. What else? using the Cuban G word, using the G word slur, and then people altering Wikipedia articles so that the G word slur isn't a slur on Wikipedia to try and further the argument to make Hassan seem in the right.
You're listening to America Overnight,
Oh.
mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years
Ghosts.
tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy, thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's SuspiciaCon. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark.
What the fuck?
Stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners.
That was a pretty good story.
What we call ghosts take many forms.
That was very
Quincy
creepypasta.
was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to calling and writing whenever you see something you can't explain. See colors that we have no name for. Maybe a taste. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do.
So,
America Overnight, we'll be right back.
if you ever want to listen to something else that's like America Overnight, that thing, the radio show we just listened to, there's a show on Netflix called The Kirlian Project, Kirlian. It's actually a Brazilian show, or like a South American show, and it's been translated into English, and it's available on Netflix as a series of short films, short animations. It's very good. I really like The Kirlian Project a lot. I've watched it twice. I might actually watch it again soon, because it's near Halloween. They're all like 5 to 50 minutes long. Very, very good. And there's more episodes, but they're not translated into English yet. It's still an ongoing thing, but it's just not in English. Somewhere along the line, things went weird. No one was sure how this happened. Are we gonna read this? Things went on and it was almost never boring. Who wrote this? Report to Dr. Darling. Alright, cool. But yeah, the Kirlian Project, very, very good. Also, not to like go into massive detail, because like, you know, I feel bad about talking about other streamers if I don't know what happened. If I know what happened, fuck them, right? But how many big streamers have used slurs recently? I know about the G word, I almost said it there. I know about the Cuban G word that people are saying isn't and is and blah 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 blah. And I think they should basically realize that it's a slur if they're using it to be offensive, right? Like, I think we all know who the idiot is in that situation. If you're using a slur to be offensive and then arguing that it's not a slur, maybe you shouldn't be saying something offensive in the first place. Right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's offensive, if it's a slur. If you're using a word in an offensive way, it's more the intent. Yeah, it's definitely a slur. It's like, this isn't really the same, but you'll probably know this one. You know that people from Newcastle are called Geordies, right? People from Newcastle, England are called Geordies, and people from Scotland can sometimes be called jocks. They'll call us jocks. Because jock is like a common, you know, Scottish name. If you call somebody a jock in like a offensive way, I would even call that a slur. Right? I would. Like, it's not maybe on the same level as those. Like, it's a sliding scale. But if you're calling somebody like... If somebody called you a Nord, right? If you're from like Norway... and they called you a Nord in a way that was like... dismissive and... I don't know. I would even say that could be a slur. Like, it's not about that. A slur isn't just a word that has, like, meaning. A slur is how you use it. I've always thought that, like, 100%. Oh, are we working back through this way? I'm totally lost, by the way. Mailroom, cafeteria. Central executive. I'm so lost. Maybe that's not the same. Maybe I'm gonna backtrack on what I just said. Maybe it's not the same. I'm trying to think of something else that's like... Oh! A Frank. Calling a French person a Frank, right? That could be offensive if you use it in like an offensive way. If you add a word before it, it becomes a slur. If you call them a fucking Frank, right? Like, or calling Germans Krauts, right? Calling a German a Kraut isn't a slur on its own. But if you're like using it in an offensive way, it is a slur. Did I just use a slur? Or a frog! A frog, that works. Because remember, Hassan was somebody who said that calling somebody like a white cockroach or a snow cockroach or a white monkey isn't racist. When it's totally fucking racist. It's totally fucking racist. And he said it wasn't. It totally is. Hey, these enemies respawned. What the fuck? This was months ago that he said that. I don't know if he doubled back on that, but it was around the time people were getting banned for saying cracker, and he was like, cracker isn't a slur, and then he got banned for saying cracker because it is a slur. It was that time. Do you remember that? You remember when Hassan got banned for saying cracker because he said it's not a slur, and then he got banned because it is a slur? What the fuck? Rocket launcher? Yeah, that was his argument. His argument was that white people aren't oppressed, right? So in an attempt to oppress them, he uses derogatory language towards them. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. He got banned for saying cracker, right? And it was during that time that he said that calling somebody like a white monkey, he actually even had a donation on his stream that listed like all of those type of like racist terms for white people, and he just let the donation play. He didn't stop it. And then he laughed about it, and I was like, are you fucking serious? Are you this stupid? Are you this stupid that you can't realize that this is racism? Like, how fucking dumb are you right now? Anything where you bring in somebody's race to the argument is racism. Like, that's fucking so stupid. It's like laughably stupid. Oh god. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I can't find my way to this room. I'm meant to be going to the executive mail room, right? Now, we were in the mail room. We saw all the mail packages, but I can't find my way to the actual room itself. It's in the center of this, and it's meant to have all these chairs and stuff, and I can't see it. Is it this way? Is it down here? Is that it there? Hold on, this might be it right here. Ah, this is it. This is it. I thought it was an executive room, like a little office. Because we got the key card from this guy, And then there was also a guy over... I don't know where his body is. His body flew somewhere. He had the same key card. Then we got this checkpoint. I guess I didn't backtrack to this door. Never mind. We got some cool fighting in. Some more upgrade materials. What the fuck are you?
They can fly now.
They can fly?
Right.
Wait, I never saw them fly. This is like that Fatboy Slim song. Remember the Fatboy Slim song where how Christopher Walken is flying around the room? Oh, this is Tomasi. This is the guy that's in charge of this area. Alright, I'm dead. I'm dead. Look at my health. What the fuck am I meant to do with this? How do I get health back? Weapon of choice, yeah. It's the weapon of choice music video. How the fuck do I get health back? Oh god. I don't know what the fuck I meant to do to heal. I don't know what the fuck I meant to do to heal. How do I heal? Oh god. Nope, the bodies don't have healing stuff on them. There's no pickup container things. Oh, here's one. Hey, healing. Nice. Oh, he didn't drop his things. He was picking stuff up to throw, so I threw something at him to make him drop them, and he didn't drop them. Ow. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. No health. No health. Where am I shooting? What the fuck is this? Woo. Stage 2, boys.
I have a feeling he'll be back.
Like, for example, right?
Let's stay focused.
In the British Parliament.
The hotline should be past the mailroom.
In the British Parliament, if somebody was to say, oh, don't listen to him, he's a Scot. Is the word Scot racist? No. If you're Scottish, you're a Scot, right? However, if you're using it in a way to dismiss what somebody has to say based on their, like, I guess is where you're from ethnically, right? Where your heritage is from, then that's racism, right? Or is it, even if it's not racism, it's xenophobia, right? Oh, he's a Scot, don't listen to his opinion on this. He doesn't know what he's talking about, he's a Scot, right? Like, it's the same thing as if you said, oh, don't listen to them, they're a man, or don't listen to them, they're a woman, right? It's the exact same shit. How do people not realize that? Which door did that guy go through? Did he go through a door up there? That's where he came from, right? Crawled out that spooky area. I'm watching The Outlaws now. Christopher Walken is in it. Bit weird since it's a British show, but he kind of fits. Christopher Walken is... He's Christopher Walken, dude. I don't know what to say. Christopher Walken fits in everything by being so weird that he just fits, right?
Tomasi, head of comms.
This is where all the tubes go. Man, imagine working here and all the tubes come in and you just have to put the tubes into the right thing. They have emails though, so why would they need tubes? I guess for stuff they couldn't email. It's almost like a church organ or like a big, I don't know, nuclear reactor or something. Pretty cool area. Christopher Walken, how?
The situation in
Tomasi
Cuba
boys.
has been evaluated
Cuba!
by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, we're the
Dude, is this like that sickness that the actual agents were having in real life? This is real. This isn't like some QAnon bullshit. This is real. There were agents from the CIA that claimed that they were feeling nauseous and they were blaming it on a noise gun. Oh god, I can't remember the full story, but like there was a couple of people who were working abroad in different countries and they began to feel ill. And they thought it was like a local illness, like some type of like malaria or like dengue fever, like a waterborne disease or something. And the people tested negative for everything.
That's an altered item to show up inside a U.S. Embassy. Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Hold on.
All right, take this down.
That didn't match with the subtitles.
Evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item to show up inside a U.S. Embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to...
Yeah.
Are you still recording this?
It's called Havana Syndrome. Havana Syndrome is an alleged set of medical symptoms with unknown cause experienced mostly abroad by U.S. governmental officials and military personnel. The symptoms range in severity from pain and ringing in the ears to cognitive difficulties, and were first reported in 2016 by U.S. and Canadian embassy staff in Havana, Cuba. Beginning in 2017, more people, including U.S. intelligence and military personnel there, and their families, reported having these symptoms in other places such as China, New Delhi, India, Europe, Washington, D.C. The cause and validity of the illness is yet to be determined. Symptoms include hearing a sudden loud noise, pain in one or both ears, feeling of pressure or vibrations in the head, tinnitus, visual problems, vertigo, nausea, cognitive difficulties. Causes undetermined, and there are 5 causes linked. Yeah, that's Havana Syndrome. It's a real thing. Like, that tape is literally referencing an actual thing that is like an unexplained real world phenomenon. I'm gonna send this fire extinguisher up this butthole. Dude, I went from like actually sounding like I knew what I'm talking about to throwing fire extinguishers in buttholes. Oh god. Alright, the hotline chamber, it's through here. But first, I'm gonna go to the bathroom so you guys can have a nice zoom in on Jesse's face. If anything weird happens, tell me, okay? Anything spooky happens while I'm gone. Alright, BRB. Did anything spooky happen? How? I touched the artifact. Now I sound like Christopher Walken. How? Let's go, guys. Let's go through the door. There was a guy that used to do a Morgan Freeman impersonation on Twitch. I wonder if he's still around. He was really good at it. Like, he was white. And, he used to, it was back in the PUBG days, about like 5 years ago. He used to, do Morgan Freeman, and he would, like, playing with different people in games like Fortnite and PUBG and shit like that. I wonder if he still exists. Maybe he got a real job.
Can't be far now.
Can't be far now. Down the corridor. Remember him from the DayZ? Yeah, probably the same guy, because he played like all multiplayer games, right? Because that's how his content worked. Oh, when the hotline bling, it can only mean one thing. You started wearing less and going down. Take a seat. Alright, so we got some pictures of cowboys up in the old mountains. And I can hear the phone. Let's take some of these documentations. Butt supplement. Hold on. We just got a document called butt supplement. There is no way that we're not going to read a document called butt supplement. Fuck. Fuck! When you scroll over them, it gets rid of the little triangle that says that they're new. So I guess we have to read this. Federal Bureau of Control. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors. By restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via the directorial override in maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach, based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once A, a threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. Wait, both? The process is not the same as directorial override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all works, okay? So is that basically just saying, hey, if you want to beat the game and you want to get out of this building, you're going to need to fulfill those two criteria. You're going to have to stop the threat and you're going to have to lift the override. Where was the butt file? Butt summary. Butt supplement. Let's read butt summary. AWE 17. A spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butt, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at beep, which had been connected to a total of beep, disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Imagine being that agent. Hey, let's look it up. Let me just pull this light switch cord. It just fucking disappears. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. No! What fucking idiots. These guys suck. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house, beep, days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. Oh! So all areas of the oldest house, which is the office building we're in, haven't been explored yet. It did say it's vast and sprawling, and the exits exit in different places, right? I was thinking it was going to be a bit like Howl's Moving Castle, where you can like exit out at different doors in the real world. The light switch cord in the Butte's home closet disappeared during this incident. Okay, that's pretty great. Butt supplement. According to their testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butt home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino and discovered a room key by performing a ritual C-file MOT-01. The key opened the door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. Okay. After pulling another motel cord found inside the room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the house, that would mean that the oldest house is connected to these other places and that it's not like contained within the building, right? That parts of the building are elsewhere. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butt have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butt home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, light switch cords have been found in the oldest house located in beep and beep sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is beep, but initially hypotheses centered on the Butt AWE as a beep. See Dr. Darling presentation. Okay, and then there's the Havana document about the Havana syndrome. Man, I'm sorry for beeping, right? But like, what else am I gonna say? An auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. That's not true. In the real world, it was like an isolated thing, and some of the people began to feel sick in their hotel without actually ever visiting the embassy. I believe one person was due to go to the embassy, but spent the night in his hotel before going because he was jet lagged. And he came down with the same symptoms, which was very strange because nobody would know where he was staying. Nobody would know he was an agent, right? Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE, which is reported to have been beep. Staff experienced sudden, intense vibrations and noise, accompanied by an intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for beep minutes. No visual phenomena was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off. I'm gonna burp. Okay, I burped. Excuse me. And the embassy staff were transported to the continental US. After Formula I.9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an altered item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. A single cowboy boot? Formula I.9. So that must be like a, you know, like a ritual incantation that they perform, right? To identify items. Are we ready to go in? Don't know when the hotline bling. It can only mean one thing. No.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino.
There's the cord.
Dream logic. The light switch cord.
You ready?
Door marked with the black pyramid.
Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
See America. Washington. Welcome to Montana. Smell the plastic-covered furniture. Texas. Ranger Naturalist Service. Why am I yawning? You know, I might not be playing this game in RTX or DirectX 12 mode, but the game actually does look really good. It does look really good. Let's press the old beep.
Hello? Anyone here?
When I press the button, it's changing the light on the floor. You seeing that? I know when the hotline bling, it can only mean one thing. See, like things like this industrial design. I hate this. What is that? Like 3 fucking boat oars on a fan? I hate that stuff. Like the people that have those big spot lamps, like the big fishing lamps. Hate it. There's no key. I was expecting a key. There we go.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
I know when the hotline bling. Morgan Freeman. What time is it? 3:45. The time is stood still. Clock is not ticking. It's in the vendor. Hey, the vending machine has the same stuff as the bureau. The Bureau of Federal Control. Exact same stuff. Alrighty, let's go. Nice. Notice, Ocean View Motel and Casino entry point. Catalyst light switch. The law of 3 applies, so that's why we had to press it 3 times. Let's talk to the pyramid. The seashell? Complete the astral plane challenge. Okay. I know when the hotline bling. Does this game autosave? So you can only have one save game at a time because it auto-saves? I don't like when games auto-save. The fuck is this? The hell? What the fuck is the game plan here? Am I running past the fucking thing? It allows you to contact extra-dimensional entities? Does it allow me to fucking kick this thing's ass? I don't know what we're meant to do with these guys. Alright. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just make them move and then I like go the opposite way. Allows me to contact extra-dimensional entities. So, will it let me talk to... Was it Kalasi? What was his name? I can't remember his name. Maybe I have his name written here somewhere. I don't have his name. Tomasi. Wait, did it just say collectibles menu? What the fuck did it just say? Did the entity actually say collectibles menu?
It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
Oh, they made a real one. That's not a model. That's a... Oh wait, it is a model. I'm dumb. I thought they made a real one for the game.
Needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
Oh no. Is it taking a toll on her?
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
This seems like an anechoic chamber, right?
People react.
Or a bit like the cell that
when I tell them
Magneto
about
gets
you.
put in. Magneto's
Is it
cell
too
from
soon to
X-Men.
tell Emily? She might be able to help.
I think I'm gonna save. I think like when you go in the pause menu, I think that button on the bottom right means it's saving. Alright. I'm out of here. Auf Wiedersehen. I'm gonna go upload Hypnospace Outlaw to YouTube. And maybe, I think I'll start work on a thumbnail for Yakuza 0 so I can start uploading Yakuza. I want to get Yakuza uploaded as soon as possible, hopefully before October. Alright, Auf Wiedersehen, good night.